Hi, good evening. Today we're going to start our session. We've got a lot of ground to cover. We've got jumbled sentences, passages, spotting errors in the English language, reading comprehension, as well as the different forms of statements. We're going to start today with something called jumbled sentences. As the name connotates, essentially it means sentences that are essentially in different order or jumbled sentences. When you're doing an exercise like this, they ask you, they give you a part one of the sentence, the start of the sentence, and they give you the end of the sentence. And inside, they break up the sentence for you in four parts usually. And they usually term it as P, Q, R, S. Alright? I'm going to explain this concept with an example. If you look at the example on page number 34, I'm going to put the sentence in the correct form. This is the second example. The collector said that. Alright? In your example, it's marked as P, Q, R, and S. But I'm going to solve it for you. Alright? The collector said that the dams should receive water up to a particular level to ensure uninterrupted supply of water for irrigation. So this is the correct way of forming the sentence. In the example, they of course have jumbled up the entire theme. So if you go to see, the dam should receive water is broken up to a particular level is broken up to ensure uninterrupted supply of water. And each one is alphabetically numbered. So, for example, supply of water, you've got it as P, supply of water for irrigation. So, we put this as P. Dam should receive water. Dam should receive water. They've put as under Q. Up to a particular level, they've put as R. To ensure uninterrupted is S. Alright? In the sentence, they've actually started off as the collector said that, and they put PQRS. You have to form the entire sentence correctly. And of course, arrive at which is the correct options. They give you four options: QRSP, RQSP, and SPRQ, and of course SRPQ. You have to choose the right combination. Essentially, what they are checking over here is the formation of the English language in the sentence. So it's important to get at least the first two right. Once you get the first two right, you can of course look at the options and choose which one will essentially be grammatically correct. Alright, it's better to look at the first two rather than the last two, as a certain flow in the sentence. Let's look at some examples. Practice set 1, page number 34, 2. Thick glass may class में PQRS. Look at your book, page number 34, exercise number 2, practice set 2. Now look at it and read out the sentence to yourself, alright? Thick glass में, the first options which are available, there's no continuity over there. Thick glass में, of the home bottle cutlers, there's no continuity over there. Thick glass may in large stores but any fine, that again there's no continuity over there. Thick glass may be cut with 1. Now that there's certain continuation over there, so they start off with 1, they went with 6. 6 over here indicates glass requires personal attention. So there is a continuity if you see thick glass may be cut with 1. Okay, so we found the first one, that is S. So now if you go to C in your options A, B, C, D, the first one that comes into light is S, that's D, that's S. So let's read it out now. Thick glass may be cut with 1, they put Q, of the home bottle cutlers, which are available in many stores, but any fine glass requires personal attention. So there is a flow, there is a continuity, so of course your answer will be in this case is D, that's SQPR. Let's look at some more options. The fifth one, page number 35. Long time ago. So this is like a start of a story. They're starting off with a story, alright, and they're ending with 6. Alright. Pretty, graceful, well versed in the arts. So now, of course, in between there's P, Q, R, S options in your book. P stands for something, Q another, R another, S another. So long time ago, now look at the continuation. Long time ago, who will look at the virtuous wife? No, it doesn't make sense. Long time ago, in a country called Chin Chu. That of course makes sense. So this argument, the story, take place into a country. So we start with Q. Alright, is that making sense? Let's try. Long time ago in a country called Chin Chu. Anything Q? Yes. So long time ago, there ruled a noble king who lived with a virtuous wife and 7 daughters, pretty graceful and well versed in the fine arts. Is that making sense? Long time ago, in a country called Chin Chu. Let's look at another option. What if it was the next one? Long time ago, we start with R. Long time ago, there ruled a noble king. Is there a continuation there? Yes. Who lived with his virtuous wife. Yes, there's continuation over there as well. And 7 daughters. Yes. In a country called Chin Chu. There seems to be a better flow over there. So if you want to read this again, long time ago, there ruled a noble king, that's R. P, who lived with his virtuous wife, that's P. In a country called Chin Chu, and 7 daughters, in a country called Chin Chu. Pretty graceful and well versed in the fine arts. Your answer over here is C, that's RS, PQ. Let's look at some more examples. Let's look at number 19. Again, you start with paintings and move to last night. In between there's PQRS. So paintings have P is have been, which have been submitted totally by rain for the exhibition. So what will it be? Paintings which was submitted, so Q is a definite flow over here, which was submitted for the exhibition, that will be S, have been totally ruined by rain last night. So your answer over here is QSPR. Once again, there are two ways of solving this. Is if you're comfortable with the language, you can follow the flow of the sentence, or two, try and get the first two that correspond to the correct answer. Then refer to the options given and see essentially if they match that requirement. Sometimes if you're lucky, yes, you get it at the first look. Sometimes you may have to do some sort of check to see if it is grammatically correct, and there is a flow with regards to the line of the statement. Thank you. Hi, good evening. We just finished our session on jumbled sentences. Now we move on to jumbled passages. So while the sentences were relatively easy, that covered essentially just a single sentence with breaks in between, now we come to something a little more complex. We call it jumbled passages. It follows the same flow and understanding essentially. So you essentially start with, sometimes the passage may start with an S1 with some data, followed by S6 with some data. S1 starts the passage, S6 closes the passage. In between, sometimes you've got options that joins the passage together, alright, PQRS essentially. It either would be starting with S1, S6, or it starts S1 followed by PQRS and S6. The options change from example to example. Again, it follows the same flow as we use jumbled sentences. Jumbled passages. You start with a sentence. Look at the flow of the passage. See it matches the requirement. Try and get the first two right. And of course, look at the options that are given to you, A, B, C, and D, and see which one you can choose. Those are fluent in the language. You can just look at the flow of the entire passage and make a sentence based on the options given in PQRS. Let's start with a very simple example. On page number 41, example number, set number 6. Practice set, question number 6. So there is S1, there is S6, and there's PQRS. I won't write what the content is, I'll just talk about it. S1, he could not rise. S6, it was colder than usual. So S1 starts the sentence or the passage, S6 closes the passage. Alright, so that's your start. So look at the start. He could not rise. Think about PQRS. Your options are, he could not rise all at once the distance he heard an elephant trumpet. He could not rise. He tried again with all his might, but to no use. The next moment he was on his feet as he stepped into the river. Once again now, simplicity's sake, look at the flow of this jumbled passage. He could not rise. What do you think would flow after that? It can't be P because all at once it is an instant elephant trumpet. Something has preceded that. So he could not rise. Q, he tried again with all his might, but to no use. He could not rise. This seems like a logical flow. Let's look at the next one. He could not rise. The next moment he was on his feet. Unusual. He could not rise, the next moment he was on his feet. There's no flow over there. Look at S. He could not rise. He stepped in the river. That's not possible. So essentially the first alphabet that comes to mind in choice would be Q. He could not rise. Alright? He tried again with all his might, but to no use. So Q would be your first option. Let's see. Q would be your first option. So he could not rise, Q. All at once, so he tried again with all his might, but to no use. What would be the second option, logical flow? He tried again with all his might, but to no use. P. All at once, in the distance, he heard an elephant trumpet. So there is a flow over there. So we look at P being the next one. Is there a flow happening? He could not rise. He tried again with all his might, but to no use. That is Q. All at once, in the distance, he heard an elephant trumpet. Alright? That's P. The next moment he was on his feet. Is there logical flow? Yes, there is. So R will be the next one. And he stepped in the river. Is there logical flow? Yes, because the last sentence S6 is saying it was colder than usual. What is he referring to over here? The river was colder than usual. So your flow is essentially he could not rise. He tried again with all his might, but no use. All at once in the distance he heard an elephant trumpet. The next moment he was on his feet. He stepped in the river, it was colder than usual. So your answer over here is Q, P, R, and S. Your answer over here is C. Alright? Let's look at some more examples. Let's look at number 47. That's page number 47, practice set 2. Alright? Again, we start off with S1 and S6. So here's, in this example, it's placed a little differently. But essentially the flow of how it needs to be solved remains the same. So you have S1 and S6. We're looking at practice set 2 now. And page number 47, example number 7. Alright? Practice question 7. So it's got S1, S6, and in between they've got P, Q, R, and S. Right? So S1, it is very easy to acquire bad habits. And S6, even good ones should be done from time to time only. So now let's look at the flow. It is very easy to acquire bad habits. P, if we not continue to do it, we will feel unhappy. There is no logical flow over here. So let's look at the next option. Q. The more we do a thing, the more we tend to like doing it. We're saying, alright, so this seems to be like, there seems to be a logical flow over here. So let's pick up Q as the first option. It is very easy to acquire bad habits. The more we do a thing, the more we tend to like doing it. Let's see behind where is it Q that matches our requirement. You'll see in your options they've given you A, B, C, and D. You're starting off with B, that's Q. So keep in mind that we have B over here as our option. Let's see if it matches our requirement. Alright, they're saying on the next one is it's QPSR that they put as the option. So the more we do a thing, the more we tend to like doing it. P. If we continue to do it, we feel unhappy. This is called the force of habit. The force of habit should be fought against. Sorry, I'm doing it wrongly. B, QPSR. Let me just mark it so I don't get confused. Q, P, S, R. So it is very easy to acquire bad habits. The more we do a thing, the more we tend to like doing it. Q, P. If we do not continue to do it, we feel unhappy. P. This is called the force of habit. It's S. The force of habit should be fought against. Q, P, S, R. Should be fought against. Even good things should be done from time to time only. So answer over here, as per the requirement, is B. Let's see if that's the correct answer. 7. Yes, B is the answer. Let's look at one example. Page number 44, number 26. Again, it's S1, S6 or PQRS. S1, read it out first. We must never allow ourselves to lapse into the evil habit of borrowing money from others. S1. S6, we must not confuse money lending with generosity. Alright, so S1. We must never allow ourselves to lapse into the evil habit of borrowing money from others. What's the next line that you think will go with this flow? We must work hard and earn money enough for our wants. Even if we are fortunate enough to possess wealth, we should take care not to lend our money indiscriminately. If borrowing is bad, lending is worse, as borrowing of a habitual nature prevents us from being industrious. Let's look at the first, what would be the first line after S1? We must never allow ourselves to lapse in evil habit of borrowing money from others. Look at P. We must work hard and enough money for our wants. Q. Even if we are fortunate enough to possess wealth, we should take care not to lend out the money indiscriminately. They talk about lending over here in Q. It's not so much borrowing, so Q is not the next line. If borrowing is bad, lending is worse. If you look at S, borrowing of habitual nature prevents us from being industrious. This is actually the next row. So we must never allow ourselves to lapse in the evil habit of borrowing money from others. S, borrowing of a habitual nature prevents us from being industrious. Look at S being the next option. So it's 1. S. Is there any S inside your book? Yes. Go to see option D. It follows SPRQ. We must never allow ourselves to lapse in the evil habit of borrowing money from others. S. Borrowing of a habitual nature prevents us from being industrious. That's S. P is the next one. We must work hard and earn money enough for our wants. P. If borrowing is bad, lending is worse. S. P. R. Even if we are fortunate enough to possess surplus wealth, we should take care not to lend out money indiscriminately. Q. We must not confuse money lending with generosity. There seems to be a definite flow over here, so over here, answer D is your answer. Thank you. Good evening. Our next session deals with spotting errors in the English language. As the terminology suggests, it's saying the question will give you a full sentence which is broken up into A, B, C, and D, and you have to find out which part of that sentence is the incorrect either use of tense or article essentially. Sometimes it may not be an error. For example, they'll give you a sentence that's broken up into A, B, C, and D, or no correction. Alright, so you have to choose where the error lies. And sometimes they also give the correct answer to the error. At MCN, we have devised for you in page number 54 right up to page number 67 a quick reverberation of English grammar. So please go through this at your own what you call time and space before you actually attempt the spotting errors. Questions that start from page number 68. Alright? Errors in the English usage essentially are questions that you would have actually, or you would have taught in school. Your JEE, it's a joint entrance exam paper for English, of course, just covers your basic mathematical English grammar over here. And they want to actually look and see if you know the basics of the English spoken word. So we now go on to page number 68, and we start with something called spotting the error. Let's start with a simple one, that is number 4. Page number 68, number 4. Page 68, number 4. So they give you one very simple sentence. Alright? When you are attempting this in your own, read the sentence in its entirety first. Alright? With little imagination and enterprise, the tournament could have been transformed into a major attraction. And of course, at the end, there is no error. So let's look at it right up completely. Number 4 is what we're looking at right now, page 68. So they start with little imagination and enterprise is A. The tournament could have been transformed, B, into a major attraction, C, and D is no error. Alright? So where would the error be? So read the sentence again in its entirety and see where the error is actually for yourself, because you're actually checking the basics of English grammar. Alright, so that's 4. With a little, if you look at with a little, it's not with little, it's with a little. You need to have, after a preposition, you need to have something called an indefinite article. So with a little imagination and enterprise, the tournament could have been transformed into a major attraction. So your answer here is A. A is where the error lies. Alright, for this Question number 4, A is where the error lies. Let's look at another example. Yes, so answer is correct. Number 4, A is your answer. Let's look at number 8 as another example. Again, it's divided into 4 parts, alright, with D indicating no error. So, I am not wealthy, so I cannot afford to buy an expensive car. For those going back to English grammar in school, when you have a vowel, you always use a and before that, not an alright, as an indefinite article. So, I am not wealthy, so I cannot afford to buy an expensive car. So your answer over here, your error is in that particular part called C. Alright, I am not wealthy, so I cannot afford to buy an expensive car. So your answer is C. Alright, let's look at another example. Number 9. Again, read out the sentence in the entirety. It's divided into these parts, A, B, C, and D. Sunita opened a almirah full of books and took one of them for reading. I guess the answer, your error is in A, because you are essentially starting off a vowel again. Sunita opened an almirah full of books and took one of them for reading. An almirah essentially is a cupboard of books, or maybe a box of books. Right? Let's look at number 34. These facts make it very clear, A, that he has hand in the murder, though he still pleads innocence. Again, divided A, B, C, D, and E. Read it again with fluidity in the sentence. These facts make it very clear that he had as we an article before, he had a hand in the murder, though he still pleads innocence. So your answer over here would be B. Does it match the requirement? 34. Yes, he had a hand in the murder. Let's look at some more. Number 14. The audience are requested to be in its seats. Doesn't make sense, not in its seats. The audience are requested to be in their seats. So your answer over here would be C. The audience are requested to be in their seats. Your answer over here is C. 14C. Is this relatively simple to understand? Again, they're checking essentially for spotting the error or the correction in the sentence. It's divided into A, B, C, and D. Choose which one essentially is the error and probably correct it with the right answer. That's it. Thank you.